What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're here on the Raiden Amazing channel, and we're going to be showcasing my Genshin Impact account now that I'm back after the 5.0 update. So as you guys know, 5.0 has released, and I've come back to playing Genshin Impact on the channel, man. I know you guys have actually did support the channel a ton back in the day when I was posting a ton of videos, you know, around like 3.0's release and the whole Sumeru release. But yeah, now with Natlin, it's a lot more fun now. I mean, you know, I kind of had like a dry spell for Genshin where I wasn't necessarily playing super heavy. I was kind of just like logging in, doing my dailies, and that's about it. But now that I'm like back, guys, we gotta talk about the account. And now that, you know, we've already seen like maybe my last showcase I just did with the Raiden Hyper Carry, I would like to talk about some of my stuff that I got on my account and show you guys what I got going on. Yeah, so if you guys enjoy videos like this, obviously make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys on this channel, man. And yeah, we're pushing the channel to I guess 300 subs now. We're at 245 subscribers right now, man, so that's really good. Yeah, Raiden, stop speaking. So yeah, let's talk about the entire account here, guys, and we'll talk specifically about like what I got going on in my inventory. We'll go over the characters here. I'll go over like who I'm missing on the account and stuff like that. And I'll explain kind of the origins of the account. The way, or when I actually did start this account, guys, I started back in 2021. You guys can see on the bottom right here. So 6/8/2021 was around the time I started the game. Yeah, I started with Eula specifically. I had a Eula starter account. Yes, so this is a starter. Because I originally played Genshin Impact obviously on its release, and I summoned for Venti on my original account. But what I did was I kind of dropped Genshin after that, and I felt like I missed a lot. So I was like, okay, let me just get a starter account, because I really wanted to summon for Raiden Shogun, and she was the character that really got me into this game, Like, everything else about the game was already really cool. Like, I liked the exploration, I liked the, you know, the characters. Obviously, Eula was my first character to use, so like, you know, I really did like Eula as well. Yeah, I mainly played the game, guys, for Raiden Shogun, and you guys can see I did pull her on her initial run, so 8/31/2021, and that's when she originally came out. So yeah, and that's pretty much the original origins of the account right there. But let's kind of just talk about, you know, we'll talk about my Raiden here, and I'll go to some select characters I feel like are worth talking about. And we'll just kind of go through them, but I feel like I don't have to go through like every single character on the account, guys, but we'll kind of talk about my Raiden here and what I did with her, and then we'll briefly go over a lot of the other characters on my account, and if I actually have artifacts for them, we'll talk about it. But in general, I mean, most of the characters here, like, they do have their own sets, but some of them just have sets from other characters that I kind of just move on and off, and I would eventually like to get a set on everybody, but, you know, you guys know how grinding artifacts goes, man. It is what it is, right? So yeah, let's start with Raiden Shogun. This is my main character, obviously. This is the one that I've most invested in by far compared to all my other characters on my account. I think she has my highest CV on my account. You know, she's 10/10/10, like all of that. Like already we can talk about that. 10/10/10. C1, you know, I gotta go for the C2, C3, guys. That's when, you know, when the rerun actually does hit, I will be summoning for that, so don't even worry. I decided, like, even if I just go for C2, I feel like C3 is worth picking up. Just because of the fact that 3 levels on the talent for the ultimate, I feel like is really strong. It might not be as much of an increase DPS wise as the C2, but I feel like the C3 itself, like on top of the C2, is actually worth getting, considering I am a Raiden main too. I mean, I'd be fake if I don't, guys, so I gotta do it. Yeah, and then in terms of the ratio here, yep, 70/164, 264 ER, and 112% electro damage bonus, guys. If we go to the artifacts here, you'll see that I think the total CV for this is around like 240 or 250. I don't know the exact number, but it's a pretty high like CV, man, considering everything. Like, obviously, you know, there's like the mega whales that, or even like the mega tryhards that get like, you know, 280 CV and stuff like that. I'm not anything close to that, guys, but I still have, like, I would say a very well built Raiden Shogun. So yeah, we look at the stuff here, pretty good, you know. All right, this is a really good off piece, ER and 34 crit damage with 1 rolling crit rate too. Actually a very good piece. This I actually did use a sanctifying elixir for, so I used 2 of them for the sands here, ER sands. It actually did roll really well. It was a 4-liner. It got 1 in defense, and then all went into crit rate, all and then 1 in crit damage. So pretty good, honestly. I can't even complain about this ER sands. It's actually really good. And then my electro damage goblet, like, yeah, I mean, this is not getting replaced, guys. There's no way this gets replaced. 18 crit damage, 10 crit rate, like, that's not getting replaced, man. That's easily like my best goblet, or one of my higher goblets on the account, and it's 4 electro damage bonus on set, so it's like really insane. You know what I mean? We can't swap that out. And then this circular right here definitely could be better. Even like one more rolling crit damage, and if I had like ER instead of flat attack here, like, yeah, I mean, it would have been a perfect piece. But, you know, obviously you're not gonna be able to get always perfect pieces here, guys, and in the rolls and all that. But yeah, that's the artifacts right there. And the weapon, obviously engulfing lightning, you guys know. You know, I didn't want to run the catch when I initially got her. I had to summon for a weapon, man. And since she released and I did pick up her weapon, I pretty much went for every character at the time and their weapon, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, that's when I used to be a whale. Now I'm more of like a kind of like a light spender type player. You know, I'll spend when there's a character I really like, or, you know, if there's something that I really want to, you know, get. Yeah, that is the Raiden Shogun right there. Let's move on to some other characters. What I'll do is I'll just kind of go through my character list here, and we'll just kind of briefly talk about, like, you know, what's important with the character and what I got going on. So I guess with these 3 right here, with Chevreuse, Bennett, Sara, they obviously are built for the hyper carry Raiden, and I literally built this team just so that I could show you guys C1, C0 Raiden in her full glory, right? You guys saw with the video I posted. But if we actually go to the constellations here for all the characters, they're all C6, including Bennett, by the way. Worthwhile C6, and actually is worth doing at this point. Polearm, Sword, and Claymores get Pyro Infusion, 15% Pyro damage bonus. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile C6 in my opinion at this point in the game. Maybe not back in year 1 of the game, but now definitely something that is worth actually picking up. Yeah, and then in terms of the artifacts and weapons, elegy for the end on my Sarah. This was on my Venti, but since I don't really use Venti like that, I was like, bro, I might as well slap it on Sarah for the buff. We got some EM and some attack percent for Raiden, which obviously increases her damage too. I think this is Sarah's best support weapon, if I'm not mistaken. It also is R2 as well, so I mean, at that point it definitely is. I don't think there's any better in that. And it's just a standard emblem set. C6 again as well. Talents is what we're looking like. And even for Bennett and Chevreuse, they're not even that really crazy on their talents either. I mean, Chevreuse I literally just built. Because when I actually did pick up this character, it was on the last Raiden rerun, guys. So the last Raiden rerun, when she was on the banner with Bennett, Sara, thing, I already had Sara and Bennett, I think, C6, because Sara was on Raiden's initial banner, and then Chevreuse was a brand new character at the time. So I did not know how good she actually is with this team. But after doing some research and stuff, I got to see how good she actually is. And yeah, that's pretty much the Raiden Hyper Carry team. Very good team, guys. Very good team. Alright, let's briefly go over some other characters here. We'll just kind of go through Ito, C0. The talents aren't really leveled like that. I don't really use Ito like that, guys, I'll be honest. I mean, he's, you know, I have good artifacts for him because I do have a really well-built Noelle. Spoiler alert, you guys know I'm a Noelle main. I have, like, some, you know, Noelle showcases on the channel. But yeah, Noelle, obviously one of my better build characters too. So I could actually move over a lot of those artifacts onto Ito if I really wanted to. And I do have a Red Horn Stone Thresher on my Noelle as well. So I could actually make this guy really, really good, guys. But, you know, I did it all for Noelle, man. It was the summons for Noelle, right? I had to make her crazy. But, yeah, I mean, the ratio with this is not crazy. Like, it really is not a good build on my Ito. It's just kind of artifacts I kind of just slapped on him. You know, nothing was actually, like, you know, really insane like that. So, yeah, there is Ito. Albedo. He is actually fairly good, 60, 100. It could be a lot better, or 70, sorry. It's like, it could be a lot better. I think the main thing that my Albedo was kind of lacking on was critical damage, but I do make up for the fact that I have a lot of defense on his build. So, like, 19% right there. This is geo damage bonus cup, but, yeah, no defense. Well, 6 on that is alright. Defense stands, obviously, so the main stat defense, 22% attack, actually useless. Could have all went in crit rate right there, but it didn't. Flat defense right there twice. Crit rate, crit damage, energy recharge, pretty good. And then this one has flat defense as well. So there are some pieces that could be a lot better on this character, but I think he's pretty solid and very good sub DPS for Geo. C0, 10 on the E, because the E is obviously very, very strong for the team on a mono Geo comp. So yeah, 2.5k defense is pretty crazy. Zhongli is a fairly well-built character on my account. Staff of Homa here. It's not a leveled Staff of Homa, and I won't spoil how many of these I have. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the video, but Staff of Homa here, unleveled, I still gotta level it up. If we go to the artifacts here, honestly nothing crazy. We'll just kind of click through here, guys. You can look at them. I do have a lot of HP percent on some of these, which is why I kept them. Like, you can see this Bloodstain piece right here with 20% HP on it. Geo damage bonus, crit damage. Like, I had to run that. 18% HP on that one. Like, this is kind of like a sub DPS Zhongli with some investment in the shield as well. So it's kind of a mix of both. You know, I like to do that for a lot of my characters, where I like make them kind of sub DPS. You know, even though they're not necessarily that's the role, like I just do it anyway. I feel like that's just more fun for me. But that's kind of just the way I like to build my characters. So there's Zhongli, C0, talents 10 10 10. Zhongli is just obviously like he's one of the cooler characters in the game. An Archon obviously, and yeah, very cool. All right, Scaramouche. Or Wanderer, not a crazy ratio, I'll be honest, guys. He's honestly not really that built. I did summon for his weapon and his original kit. But yeah, if we go to his artifacts here, I really just went in the Desert Pavilion domain, and I just got a force set that was like usable. That was literally all I did, guys. Like this is an onset goblet. I had to just take it. You know, it has a lot of attack on it, but you know, some crit damage there. And crit rate off piece. I obviously could make this a lot better actually if I had like a crit damage. This one is not really that good. I could probably put like a crit damage one on him anyway though. But yeah, I mean, you know, like that's just my off piece right there. It's nothing crazy. I could definitely make this better. But yeah, this is my Wanderer, C0. And then we go to talents. He's kind of built. I mean, 9 on the normal, 8 on the E. The ultimate doesn't really have too much investment, but I'll definitely have to improve on that. You know, there's a lot of characters in my account, guys, that I just like pulled, and I was just like, okay, like maybe I'll eventually level up in the future, or just like use. Yeah, there's a lot of that on this account, guys. Now, I'll be honest and I'll be straightforward with you guys. There's a lot of stuff like that on this account that's just like, you know, kind of built, but like not even like actually built. I feel like he's usable for Abyss though. Like I could actually take him in Abyss and probably still do well. But yeah, I kind of just like to make my characters just usable on Abyss. That's kind of the idea, right? Alrighty, guys. So Kazuha here, 900 EM, 4091, 111 energy recharge. Got to get that up though. I'll be honest. The energy recharge is kind of low. But the one thing I really do like about this set is I'm very close to 1000 EM with an Anemo damage goblet, which I don't know how much that actually boosts the damage like that. Probably honestly doesn't. But again, as I mentioned, guys, I like to build a lot of like DPS kind of like builds anyway. And yeah, having that, this is a really good EM stance. An Anemo damage goblet though with some EM on it, I was like, okay, why not? And you know, if I was able to get like 100 EM on this, and then if I was able to get 100 EM on this flower right here, I could probably get that 1000, right? If you look at my like feather here, 107, like that's a lot, right? That's a lot of EM already on that. So like, yeah, I mean, obviously with Kazuha, you want to build as much EM as possible so that when you swirl the element, you get the most amount of elemental damage buff. But yeah, I mean, again, like my Kazuha is kind of somewhat DPS built, and it's about like what, like 30. What would it be? 36% elemental damage buff for like 38. I don't know. I don't know the exact percent it would be, but something along those lines. So, Xiao is kind of built. I would say he's all right. Like 78, 199. Definitely could be better, but this is on Vermilion though. So like I actually do have his set. I used to run two piece, but after his domain dropped, I did farm it a little bit. You know, pieces are all right. This one's okay. This is pretty good. Like an offset goblet right here is honestly not that bad. It's got attack percent, crit rate, crit damage. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, and then my circular right here with crit rate 10% on a crit damage main side, 13% defense, man. A lot of these pieces, guys, you guys know the artifact struggle, man. It's gonna be copium on a lot of these. This is actually a really good piece though. But most of it is just kind of like copium, man. You know, it is what it is, man. We do what we can do, and as long as he's like Abyss viable, I'm taking it. You know what I mean? Jade Spear. I could run Staff of Homa. I'm not going to spoil my Staff of Homas, but I can run Staff of Homa on him if need be. And I think if I do run Staff of Homa, I think he's like, what, like 50, 260 or something like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously the set could change, C0 and 989. So yeah, he's all right. I mean, my Zhao is not like super built, but definitely a usable character for Abyss for sure. All right, my Venti. So you guys know I swapped my Elegy over from Sara there. So I obviously can grab it, and you guys can see already, spoiler alert, for my other weapons. But Elegy I have 2 Elegies actually, so you know, I could have actually like not fed the dupe and just use like an extra elegy there, which would have been probably better. But yeah, again, my Venti, honestly not even like fully built. I think most of his artifacts were either not leveled or just like moved off from other characters, since, you know, I think I just gave my Venti stuff to my Kazuha. So yeah, all that like EM, whatever I could get on. He doesn't even really have crazy EM. It's like 300 right now, but yeah, I mean, you know, my Venti is not really like super built. C0, 179. You know, I definitely leveled up the ult a lot, but the only thing is with Venti right now, guys, is just he's not really like that viable right now in Abyss. So, you know, he's not really like that crazy. So I usually don't get to use him often, but like maybe in like Imaginarium Theater, I think he's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like not really gonna get too much use out of Venti, unfortunately. Other than like Overworld, like moving. Overworld, he's really good. Alright, so Jean right here, she has another VV set. 59, 124 for her. On Favonius, so like for kind of just like ER, you know, just to get a bunch of ER support for like a full Nemo team. I think I used to run Jean on my Xiao team, you know, before I actually had, you know, Faruzan and the other characters with that, like Shen Yun and stuff. So yeah, so 14% crew rate. You know, it's alright. Like, none of these pieces are like outstanding, guys. I'll be honest, like a lot of these like characters here are just like not super outstanding. But yeah, that is Jean right there. C3, almost C4. I was contemplating grabbing it, but I decided otherwise, guys. And we'll talk about what I decided with the free 5-star in the update, but I decided otherwise. But I said I would just, okay, I'll eventually just pull it anyway, so it's okay. 6, 8, and what is that? 8 on the ultimate too. So yeah, nothing super crazy on Jean right there, but I do have her outfit too. Shenhe. So Shenhe, I do have another Sabahoma, as you guys can see. This is not actually meant to be her weapon. I have usually another weapon on her. I usually have like Jade Spear or something like that. But I haven't really used my Shenhe in a minute. But she does have a lot of attack on her build. So like 25 right there, 11 right there. This one's attack main stat. This one's attack main stat as well. And then that's attack main stat as well. So I have a lot of attack on this build actually. It's just right here. It doesn't like kind of show it because of that level 20 Sabahoma. But it is actually pretty good, guys. So, you know, if I am using Shenhe on like a crowd team, then obviously I'm going to switch over her weapons and stuff. But like, yeah, you guys can really see right there, like 1.5k attack without a crazy weapon though is really good. Alright guys, Eula, we talked about it earlier. Eula was my main character I started the game with initially. Even though I was going in for the Raiden Shogun, but she was the character I did start with. 56, 186, pretty solid ER considering all of that too. Song of Broken Pines, and in terms of her artifacts, this one was a really copium piece. I tried my best, man. This is a really good piece though, this off piece right here. Alright, again, that's actually not that bad, and then this is pretty mid as well. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just sometimes how the artifacts go. C1 though, so I do gain a little bit more critical damage off my stacks right there, which is pretty nice. You know, I actually, you know, did use that C1 to a fairly good degree. And then, yeah, 10, 8, and 10 on her talents right there. Pretty good. I'd say overall, like, my Eula, like, could be a lot better artifact-wise, but, like, talents and, like, damage she does is actually, like, pretty good, considering all of that. Alrighty, guys, moving on. Ganyu. She is Wanderers right now, 41 240. The career rate is a lot lower, but I usually, like, when I would run Ganyu, it would be on like some double like cryo. So I'd run maybe her and like you know, maybe Rosaria for some like support. Because obviously, you know, that would be a really big buff for the career rate and also crowd resonance. But yeah, Wanderers true right here. The pieces are actually pretty good. I think Ganyu might be one of my better characters on the account too. EM stands for you know, Melt Ganyu, right? Crowd damage bonus cup, and then crit damage headpiece, obviously. So yeah, I mean, this Ganyu was really built for when back in the day when you'd run Melt Ganyu. So nowadays, I don't know if you really run that anymore. But yeah, I mean, it should still be like fairly strong because it's Wanderer's troop set, so it should still probably cook. And R4 almost well, as you guys can see, very strong. C1 on Ganyu right there, so I get a little bit more crowd res decrease off the E, and I think I generate more things as well. Some more energy off it too, so honestly not that bad. And then 9, 8, 9 is usually like what I go for like a main DPS, unless I like 10 them. Usually like 9, 8, 9 is like kind of what I go for. Yeah, Chi-Chi we can skip over. I really don't have her build, guys. No artifacts. She is C4 though. I guess like that's the main takeaway. And then these are the talents right there. So Chi-Chi's level 90 though. Ayaka, we do have 49, 228. I think I moved around some stuff. Yeah. So this is my black sword. I obviously don't have black sword on. I have my Mistflitter on my Bennett. We'll put it back on the Ayaka here so we can see the ratio, but it would be 21, 272. Obviously with full Blizzard Destroyer, so when you're freezing the enemy, you get that crit rate. You also will get even more crit rate with Crown Res. So like, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, the set is okay. You know, 272 crit damage is pretty good, and you can see here on the CV, it's honestly not even that crazy, mainly because of the low crit rate, but you kind of make up for that with Ayaka because you're mostly running for these teams anyway. So 21, 272, I think is like not that bad. I mean, obviously it could improve, but a lot of these characters that, like, as I said, guys, are characters I originally built, and obviously, like, I want to continue building these characters, but I kind of just like leave them, and I move on to like another character that I decide building and stuff. So yeah, you can see that not a lot of them are like fully min-max. But yeah, Ayaka obviously could improve for sure, and could definitely get an upgrades. Yeah, C0. These are what we're looking like on the talents, 8, 8, and 9 right there. Pretty good. Alright, moving on. Sino. I've not used Sino since his original release, honestly, when I did videos on the character. Nowadays, people, from what they've been saying, they don't say he's like really that crazy. But I still think he could probably put in the work. You know, he was like a aggravate hyper bloom type character, so I mean that's obviously always meta. Staff of Scarlet Sands, I do have artifact wise Thundering Fury 4 set, and the set is honestly like, it's mainly crit damage focused. Yeah, I think definitely the Scarlet Sands is carrying my ratio here. And you can see there's a lot of defense on this build too. You know, if Sino had some defense scaling, I actually would be cooking right now. C0. And then 7, 9, and 9. Because I think the normal attack really wasn't really benefited from his kit as much, I think. Let me actually just confirm that. Yeah. So his normal attack was really not that benefited. So you mainly wanted to level up his E and in his ultimate there. So yeah, there's Sino. Alright, yay Miko. So 71, 218. 116 energy recharge there. Congress Verity R2. So I actually had a separate Congress Verity. I fed the dupe anyway. Yeah, and then artifact wise, Gilded Dreams. So I run her on Aggravate. Usually she does pretty good on that. And yeah, these are what the artifacts are saying. This is actually a really good piece. This one's alright. Could be better. Definitely a really terrible goblet, but it's on set, so you know it gives me more flexibility with other pieces, I guess. And yeah, then this is the flexible piece. I have a 12% crit rate. Critical damage main stat, circlet. So, you know, it is what it is, right? I think we made do with what we got. 71 to 18, I think it's pretty solid. So, yeah, there's Yamiko, C0, 8, 10, 10. I do like this character a lot, so I did at least make sure to get her E and ultimate max, but her normal and charge attacks, like, because they're not really like that super crazy, I didn't really level up too much. But maybe I do eventually 10, 10, 10 Yamiko here. We'll see. Alrighty guys, we got Kaching next. Kaching does not have artifacts. I usually move on my Sino set, so my Thundering Fury set I have here for Sino. I usually put on my Kaching. She does have what's his name sword. I'll hide them, so actually this would really be really good. I just have to level it up if I actually do want to use Kaching. But this is a pretty good sword for her because it's a really strong stat stick. It actually does work really well with her kit. The way she works is she's kind of just, you know, electro height them pretty much, just, you know, a little bit less strong. Yeah, C2, which is pretty good, you know, I'll definitely take that. It's all right. And then talent wise, we are 3, 6, and 6, so we definitely gotta level up those talents if I am gonna plan on using this character. Yeah, I mean, Aggravate is just always strong anyway. I feel like I could still probably use it and get away with it, but yeah, it really just depends, you know. So there is Kaching right there. Alright, moving on to Nahida, guys. This is my DPS Nahida, so I didn't fully build EM, as you guys can see. I'm at 622 EM. I do have 1,000 Floating Dreams, which is pretty good for her, obviously. You know, her main signature. If we look at her artifacts here, this is my off piece, so it's pretty good. It does have EM on it, crit rate, crit damage. It's pretty similar to my my Raiden Electro Cup, actually. It might actually be the same numbers, honestly, on it. Yeah, pretty solid flower here, but again, or a feather, I mean, it's just on my Raiden, the actual good one. Like, this one's still on her, and we have a lot of crit rate on this build, I feel like, but we do have the 1-to-2 ratio, which does fit. Elemental Mastery Sands, I do have an attack percent Sands with better crit rate and crit damage, but I decided otherwise. I decided, like, okay, we'll just go, you know, some EM there. We do want to get the threshold. 20% critical damage, dendro damage bonus cup on set, you know, I gotta take it, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna, you know, still run that. And then this is an on-set circlet with 26 crit damage and some EM, so that's actually a really good piece too. So yeah, overall, 65, 127, so we do hit that, like, you know, 1-to-2 ratio kinda. So remember that Nahida also does gain some more crit rate on her talent, I think it is. I forget exactly which one it is that increases the crit rate. A maximum of 24% and 80% damage bonus. Yeah, I don't know the exact amount it is. It might be 800 EM or 600 EM. I forget the exact amount to get the max crit rate, but my Nahida probably has around like 70, maybe almost 80 crit rate right now. So yeah, still very, very strong and probably not going to miss a crit on those E's. And then Constellation 0 and 8, 10, 10. So kind of the same thing as Miko. The E's and the ults on this character is absurd, but the normals are really not, like, you know, spammable. I mean, you can on Aggravate and Hyper Bloom, it still works. But mainly for the E and Ultimate in terms of the actual, like, effects. And those are obviously very, very strong. Alrighty guys, moving on from that, Tignari. He has an artifact set, but I don't have his talents leveled up. So I'll just kind of briefly show you guys. C1, yeah, talents are really, really low, but I do have an artifact set here. I'll just kind of briefly go through it. Nothing super crazy. This is the sands I was talking about for Nahida. You know, Dendro damage bonus Goblet, and then crit rate, you know, circlet there. And I also could have farmed him a gilded, but I really did not get good gilded pieces, man. All of them are on Miko, and if I do want to move off, you know, gilded pieces to another character, you know, then I obviously could run that, and I could maybe give Tignari gilded and then have Nahida on Deepwood. Yeah, it really just depends, like, what I'm rocking, but obviously, like, double Deepwood doesn't stack, so you only want to always have, like, one Deepwood set at least on the team. But yeah, I usually just relegate that to Nahida, and then I'll have, like, another character, we'll swap on, like, gilded pieces. But yeah, this is Tignari right now. Viridescent Hunt, only because it matches colors. I really didn't run this because it was good, I just kind of matched his colors. But I could obviously run, like, almost bow on him if I was going for, like, the charge attack build. Yeah, I mean, there's my Tignari. Ratio, it's a 1-to-2 ratio, so it's honestly not that bad. Only saved because of this weapon though, because without this it would be like 50% crit rate right now. Yeah, that is gonna be my Tignari right there. Alrighty guys, moving on, we'll go to Farina. Farina is one of my better built characters for sure on the account. Obviously we do have Splendor of Tranquil Waters, and in terms of the artifact set, it is actually really, really good. So I'll show you guys the ratio first actually. 71 275 I think is pretty strong, considering everything. Hydro damage bonus and ER right there. And if we go to the artifacts, HP sands, you know, 14% crit damage, 11 crit rate, 3.9, 31 crit damage. Really, really good piece right here with some ER. That's the sands again. Hydro damage bonus Goblet offset. It's all right, you know, it's got some EM on it. I think it's usable. And then, yeah, this is my crit damage circlet. Bro, what are all these defense rolls doing, man? Like, why do I have 14% defense on this piece? Yeah, man, just a lot of copium on this account, guys, with, like, the defense rolls and stuff. I really can't help that, man. Sometimes it's just how the artifacts roll. But other than that, I mean, still a really, really strong ratio here in general. Constellation 0 for Farina and 9, 10, 10. So, yeah, could be a lot better with dupes. I know C2 on Farina and even Nahida as well are very, very strong C2s. Yeah, I mean, I usually don't chase dupes, guys, on characters unless they're, like, a character I really, really like. And I do actually like Farina a lot, so maybe on a rerun I actually do go for dupes, and even Nahida as well. I actually do like these characters a lot. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of like running the characters at C0, seeing how capable they are, and Farina at C0 is still a really, really strong character anyway, so. Alrighty guys, moving on to Nuvalets, the best unit in the game. I've still yet to do a showcase on this character, but I will definitely be getting to it. Yeah, 32, 310, no ER at all. Hydro damage bonus on his Goblet. Honestly, like, you don't really need ER if you're running Farina. I feel like I've had 100% uptime, at least for my Nuvalet on his ultimate. But that might just be, like, my experience versus, like, you guys. Like, my Farina does have 112 ER right there, so maybe you just get a lot of ER naturally from running these two together because they're both Hydro. But, yeah, I mean, you know, it feels pretty good. Weapon, obviously, is going to be his Tome. I do have the Marsh. How do you even pronounce that? Marsh, I'll say Hunter, right? Critical damage. Crit rate on this one definitely needs crit damage on this. Crit damage on this one. My Goblet has a lot of crit damage. And then crit damage circlet. So a lot of crit damage. I think my sands could be the main thing to improve here. And honestly, I might use 2 sanctifying elixirs on the sands just to do it. But I might just go back in the domain and farm it, man. You know, it really depends. For me, it's kind of just like finding what I want to do. C1 on Nouvelle as well. Very strong C1. When I pulled this, I got both in the exact same multi. A super absurd multi right there, man. Actually crazy. And then 10-10-10, obviously Nouvelle. I had to, bro. Is like just an absurd unit. Yeah, I mean, he's honestly like one of my better characters on my account alone because of the fact that the way he works is just really strong. You know what I mean? Nouvelle is just an absurd character. So yeah, there's Nouvelle. Let's move on, and we'll talk about Nilou here. So yeah, so Nilou here, 60k HP, guys, pretty crazy. I know I've seen people with like 70k HP though, which is absurd. I do have her outfit here, as you guys can see. If we go to her ratio, nothing crazy. Again, Nilou doesn't really care about like a crazy ratio. I feel like obviously like a 1-to-2 ratio would be ideal. But again, Nilou is just all HP, man. HP, you know, HP. If you can get some crit rate, crit damage on it, sure. But you know, HP is really all you need. C0. Talents are not even that high either, but she's just a broken character. You bring her along with Nahida, you know, any other Dendro character really, and I'm telling you, like, this character is just absurd. You will literally have no issues running this character on like on a Bloom centric team specifically for her, unless the like grouping can be kind of a problem. But if it's just like a boss or something and you can deal a ton of Bloom, yeah, Nilou's gonna carry an Abyss Cycle, and she is actually very strong. Ayato, so one of my favorite characters on my account, man. 91, what is that, 234. I think one of his artifacts though, I think are, oh no, we're good actually. These are all my artifacts that I actually normally run on him. Yeah, I think maybe this, yeah, this flower is on, it might be swapped actually. Maybe for this one. Let me see what is the ratio saying with this. Let's see. 86-242. I have another piece. I don't know where it is, guys. I do have another piece though. Maybe it's this like feather right here. Oh, it is this feather. Yeah, it's this feather. It's this feather. But I have a piece that like makes Ayato like a crazy ratio. 89.9-240 on a glad set. Really insane. I have a Jade Cutter at R2. I did not pull for his signature. Jade Cutter obviously still works for him, and I felt like I didn't really need to get Haran because of that. C0, and then talent wise he's 10 on the E. I do have normals and all at 9 though, because I do really like this character. I definitely will probably 10-10-10 Ayato, because I actually do really like him. It's just Nouvelle is just such a better character now. It's like, you know, it's really hard to say, man. Like, you could still use him, but definitely on like a Vaporize comp, to even have like damage even comparable to just Nouvelle off rip. Yeah, Ayato's still a really fun character though. I really like him a lot. And yeah, we'll definitely see what we can do with him in the future with some Vaporize cons and stuff, so we'll see. Alright guys, moving on. From this point on, guys, a lot of the characters either are like not really built or just kind of 4-stars here too, right? So we'll kind of breeze through a lot of these and we'll move on to the actual account stuff as well. But Yelan here, 62-219. I didn't really build this character for like super crazy stats. Aqua Simulacra, and I do have a full set of emblem. Honestly, I don't expect this to be like a good set. Yeah, it's kind of alright. C0, and I do have her at 8-8. I usually just run her on like my Hutao team, and I do plan when I get Arlecchino. As you guys see, I do not have Arlecchino. Once I do get her, then I definitely plan on running her alongside Arlecchino as well. And I'll definitely like work on her stuff a little bit better. Yeah, Yelan. Mona, she does not have artifacts right now, I don't think. She has like kind of just a mixed set here of just pieces I kind of slapped on. But the main thing that's nice about Mona though is the fact that I do have her C2, and originally when I didn't even have this character originally for the longest time, and she was my last standard banner unit that I took to actually get. You know, it took me a while to actually get this character, but I finally did eventually get her. And yeah, DPS Mona, possibility. I mean, you know, we have the first 2 constellations. I know she gets another one right here at C4 for the crit rate on her Omen. And then yeah, at here this is like full DPS Mona. So if I do get C6, maybe I'll build her for DPS. Yeah, I do have some other books as well to swap onto her, so I could maybe do you know, Kagura's or even like Lost Prayers maybe. Yeah, or even like Widsith, you know, I could even slap that on too. I have some options here that I could run. Yeah, talent wise, the ultimate is level 9, normal's level 9, and then the E level 8. Pretty good. Alright, Tartaglia Child. Let's see his stuff. 57-182. I do have Polar Star for him as well. And then for the artifacts, this is what it's looking like. Honestly, nothing crazy, but it gets the job done, guys. You know, I don't even have like a crazy amount of EM either for vape. Yeah, I really don't. Oh, this one has a lot though. Actually, I do have a good amount of EM then. 142 is solid. Considering I don't have like an EM main side or anything, I think that's actually not that bad. Yeah, he works really, really good on vape. You guys know Child is really good on that. You know, I think it's actually what, like 2 on the normals, 8-8. Because it's his talent gives him 3. Where is it? Is it this one right here? Increase all party members' normal attack level by 1. Oh no, so this is 4 then. This is 4 then. Okay, never mind. I thought that was 3. I thought you gained 3 on that, but yeah. There's Tartaglia, nothing super crazy with that. Amazing Cure, Lumine. She is Iron Sting, and I usually run her Dendro. That's why she has Flowers of Lost Paradise Lost. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like, the Hydro one, I guess you could run too, but I think I changed her to Hydro just to get, like, an achievement. Nothing super crazy with that. But there is Amazing right there, or Lumine. C6 on the Hydro. I think she's C6 on Dendro as well, but I have not leveled any of the Hydro talents. So yeah, I gotta switch back to Dendro after this as well. Yoimiya, I love Yoimiya. 57, 257 on Thundering Pulse R3, which is crazy, and then Echoes of the Offering, guys. So yeah, I did build her Echoes because I was building for another character when I was grinding the Echoes domain. I think, wait, Echoes came with Vermilion Hereafter, I think. So I think that's what I did. I was grinding Zhao Set and I was getting Yoimiya along the way. But yeah, pretty good piece. 21 crit damage on that onset. Off piece right there could be better, but it's all right. You know, critical damage with Correct on it. This is all right, I guess. I think I have a better one. No, oh no, I don't. I have a really good flower right here. This is a really, really good flower. This one's actually like fairly good too. Could actually maybe be better, but this one has EM, so I feel like this is probably better for the Vaporize. Yeah. So that is the Yoimiya right there. We go to Constellation, C0. You guys can see I usually just go for C0 on the character. 10 on the normals though, really good. But I usually just go for C0 on the characters just to get them. I just like to really test out the characters at their base and just kind of, you know, use them there. Unless, again, as I mentioned, like if I really, really do love the character, then yeah, I'll go for dupes. But usually I just kind of just get one copy of the character and I call it there, man. So there is Yoimiya right there. Alright, Hu Tao. Hu Tao, I think, is my second best character on my account, guys, fully built. 68, 262 on Staff of Homa, obviously, with Crimson Witch set. This was from when I built Crimson Witch. I think her new best set is the new Valette set, but I you know, I don't have another set for that yet, guys. If I was to farm that new set, though, I probably would get another set for Hu Tao, but this Crimson Witch set already, like, I really don't need to upgrade this, guys. This piece could use an upgrade for sure, but it has a lot of HP on it, so it's honestly pretty good. Power damage got with 34 crit damage, like, you know, hard to miss up on. Really good sands right there. Really, really good. This is my best artifact on my account. Really, really good. 13 crit rate, 22 crit damage, like 49 CV, right? Actually insane. And then, yeah, fairly solid flower here. I think I do have some better flowers. This one could arguably be better. This one could arguably be better, for sure. Yeah, but the ratio is pretty good. I don't really have a lot of EM, so Vaporize isn't really hitting as hard. But I do have C1 on Hu Tao just to make my life easier. It was actually a very worthwhile dupe for using her. She does feel a lot better at C1 than C0. And even after testing C0 Hu Tao, it is definitely a worthwhile dupe to get if you really love this character. 10, 10, 10, because I really do like Hu Tao. And yeah, there is the Hu Tao right there. Klee. She does not have any artifacts, really. I had some Crimson Witch, but I moved it off. C0, and yeah, that's kind of just what the artifacts, or the talents are saying. No artifacts, and I just have Widsith on her. D-Luke, he actually does have a ratio of 74, 150. He's on Wolf's Gravestone, so a 1 to 2 ratio right there. It's alright. Definitely, like, alright pieces, honestly. Like, usable. You know what I mean? Definitely usable. And yeah, he is 74, 250, or a 150 right there, so yeah. C6 as well, crazy. D-Luke C6 is insane. And then talents are 6, what would that be? 7, 7, 6, 7, 7. So yeah, not bad at all. Definitely could be better on the talent department if I want to use C6 D-Luke, but he's alright. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely alright. 53, 243. I gotta get that to like 70, 243, honestly, because like the crit rate is really, really low. But yeah, I mean, the pieces are alright. Red Horn, as I mentioned earlier, guys. The pieces are really good. That's a really good one. That's honestly like not that bad. This is a pretty good one as well. If these were both defense, we'd have been cooking. And then this one's attack as well. It's alright. Definitely could be better for sure. C6 obviously for Noelle, she's 4-star. And a 10, 9, 10. So yeah, I definitely want to 10 this as well because I do want a triple crown her. Yeah, Noelle is obviously one of my favorite characters too. And then yeah, guys, from here on, a lot of the characters either just have artifact sets that aren't really made for them. This is my instructor set that I would swap onto like a Bennett or something. But yeah, this is for not actually for Beto, but I usually move it on to another character. Candace has some. Yeah, she had the Flowers of Paradise Lost, and it was from my Lumine. Sing Show, obviously Emblem. I feel like I don't really need to go over these characters. We need to fix that crew rate though. I think I moved this helmet from another character. Yeah, I think I took it from my Sarah. So Sarah probably had that piece. You know, swapped it off of Sing Show. Yeah, definitely gotta fix that, guys. We're gonna go back to Emblem. Chlorind, 84207, and this is with the new set as well. So I probably could just run like a regular, you know, 2-piece attack, 2-piece attack, or 2-piece attack, 2-piece you know, Thundering Fury, whatever. And that would probably be good. But yeah, I mean, I actually did farmer a set. Like, it's honestly all right. You know, usable, I'd say. It gets the job done, man. It gets the job done. Yeah, 84207 as I mentioned. C0, talents, as you guys can see. And yeah, and then I guess talents and constellations for these guys I didn't really briefly go over. C4 Candace is pretty cool. Yep. And then yeah, I mean, from here, guys, it's just characters like I kind of have built. Like Hazel, I actually do have a fairly good set on. Lost Prayers, and then yeah, if we look at this, that's a really good circlet, really good goblet, and you know, solid sands, pretty good on the feather there, and the flower is really strong. That's one of my best flowers, honestly, on the entire account. So yeah, Hazel, pretty fun. I actually do like running this character. He's not like fully maxed out. 887, so he definitely could be a little bit better. And he has only C1 as well, so obviously with the higher dupes, bro is gonna be cooking. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely just a fun character to use. I really do like Hazel. And yeah, from here on, guys, again, as I mentioned, it's just kind of characters that I have leveled. I'll just kind of click on them. If I have any artifacts for them, I'll kind of show you guys. Exile on him, Glad on Daya there. C1, so this is where I got my free dupe. I decided to go with Daya. I know Daya scales really well with dupes, so I was like, okay, let me just at least get the one copy, and then from there we'll see what we do. C6 Shangling, this is with Yao Yao, Kave. You can kind of just go through. C6 Faruzan, so I do want to build Faruzan for my Xiao. So yeah, I mean, she obviously will be a really big help with that. Diona does not have artifacts right now. She kind of just like mixed stuff. I feel like I just kind of slapped it on her. We'll have to like move those around. Yeah, we'll see about that. Barbara does have an Ocean Clam set. Low-key DPS Ocean Clam. Question mark, exclamation mark. DPS Ocean Clam. Like, I know this piece is absurd. HP, energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage. So, you know, maybe I give that to another character as an off piece, because honestly, that's like really good. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. Shenya, no artifacts. Let me show the constellations again as well. We'll just kind of go through. Shen Yun, I am planning to build. I do have no bless on her right now. But I definitely gotta switch it up because I do not have attack percent on these. Yeah, they're all HP. This was my Diona set, I think, originally. But I gotta get her like a brand new set. She's no talents because I literally just got Shen Yun, but I didn't level her up. So I definitely gotta build this character before I do the Xiao showcase. But yeah, definitely another character I plan on building for sure. Yunjin, she does have artifacts because I have her built for Husk on the Mono Geo team. Yeah, she's not really like super built. Yeah, that's pretty much that. And then the rest of these characters, guys, they do have artifacts or they don't. Or they're just not really leveled like that. So I'll just kind of click through and I'll go on constellations, I guess, for all these characters here, and I'll just kind of click through. But the rest of these characters here are not really built on the account. So yeah. Alright, so let's talk the inventory now, guys. These are all my 5-star weapons. Here, let me turn off my camera for a sec so you guys can see. Here we are. Alright, so you guys can see here, we do have 4 Stavahomas. As I mentioned, I do gotta level them up. Shenhe, I usually just swap on Zhao's polearm for. I have a lot of Wolf's Greystones just kind of chilling. I have another Skyward Blade. Actually, I'm thinking of feeding that Skyward Blade dupe for my Bennett, because I think I'm probably gonna run this on Bennett. Just so I could keep Mistsplitter on Ayaka. But yeah, these are what the 5-star ones are saying. And these are my 4-star weapons, and then going into 3-star weapons as well. So yeah, you know, I got a fairly good chunk. A lot of enhanced stones though for like leveling up the weapons, which is good. So, yep. Artifacts. You guys can kind of see this is what the artifacts are looking like. Nothing super crazy with that. Materials. I grinded a lot of materials, so that's obviously really good. What else we got here? Anything else to really mention? Not really. Yeah, I guess this kind of is like pretty much it though, guys. Honestly, like this mostly covers it. I do have a lot of pulls saved for what's her name though, for Raiden. So I will be going for that C3, guys, 100%. One sanctifying elixir. I still got a few of these things from Nalin. I still got to get the like full, you know, obsidian fragments fully filled out. But once I do get those fully maxed out and all that, then I can get enough sanctifying elixirs to actually make a goblet or 2 sands, which I might honestly just do 2 sands. Alright guys, so here's my exploration as well. So I have pretty much 100% across the board for all the like first 3 regions. So Inazuma's 100%, Liyue's 100%, Mondstadt is 100%. The first part of Sumeru is 100%, but not this desert part and not this realm part. I definitely gotta explore that. And then even the new like Liyue area, I still do not have 100% either. Fontaine is kind of getting there, you know. We're going through 75, 80. You know, it's pretty good. And then Natlin, I'm still not even close to being done yet. So 70, 50, and 60. I mean, honestly, not that bad. But yeah, I still got to kind of go through on exploration. And then we can go to my teapot, I guess, real quick. And I'll show you guys what my teapot's looking like. I guess that's about it, though. I mean, other than that, I guess that's pretty much my account. Oh, let me go to my Spiral Abyss after this, too. And I'll show you guys my Imaginary Theater as well. Yeah, so this is the Serenity Teapot. I guess I got to grab my materials from Tubby here. So let me actually grab that too. But yeah, already bought my transient resin, already used that. I gotta probably buy these again as well. But then my trust rank, you guys can see a lot of my characters. I'm still just kind of getting to higher friendship. But yeah, it's, you know, fit for the king. I'm fully maxed out on my Serenity Teapot. I did the whole like grind where you like stuff a bunch of stuff in your like, you know, little like house or whatever, right? Yeah. And I guess we can show you guys like kind of like the locations and stuff. So this is the main one. This is my second location. I put some houses, guys, you know. This isn't really a village. This is just a bunch of houses, honestly. But yeah, there is that one. And then this one right here, guys, is where I kind of just put all my characters, as you guys can see. So you can see I literally just slap all of them over here just so that they get the friendship as well. So yeah, that is pretty much that. All right, let's go to Abyss. And I'll show you guys my my rankings on the Abyss. Yeah, so these are all the times I've cleared. New Valette, mostly done. This one I did not 36 star on thing. Wait, I'm surprised I actually did not 36 star that one. That's kind of crazy. This one 35 star. I don't know what I was struggling with during these abysses here, guys. I probably just like did the run and then just like gave up. Yeah, that's honestly probably it. This one I just did not do at the time. But you guys can see from like this point before, I was just 36 starring like literally everything. This was 26. I guess I wasn't playing around this time. 36, 36, 36. Yeah, mostly I can 36 star though. Like I have the account capable of doing it. It doesn't have it all saved. It's all the way up to 2023, but I definitely am capable of 36 starring every single time. Most of the time, if I did not 36 star, was because either I was busy playing other games, I was not playing Genshin at the time, or I actually just couldn't beat it. Maybe it was that difficult, you know. All right, so past performances. So visionary mode on the last one, the one prior I only got 7 stars on, so I did not get full. And in this one I got 5 when it first came out. So honestly, it's because I didn't really know the way it worked. Honestly, like the first one, you know, this one I missed only 1 star, so I definitely could have fully beat that. But this one I did completely build. So completed with all the challenge Stellas, and these were the characters I used as well. That is pretty much it though, guys, for the account review right there for my Genshin Impact account. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. And yeah, let me know what you guys got in terms of your account, and are you guys excited for the Raiden rerun or Knitch releasing soon on 5.0? And I will be dropping some more videos as well, just kind of showcasing other teams on Abyss, and maybe we'll do some like speaking videos as well. I know you guys like, you know, when I actually speak to you. This is the first time with the camera on as well. So yeah, man, that is pretty much it, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. We'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and yeah, make sure you like and subscribe if you guys want to see more Genshin related content.